Morning, everyone. I'm on my way back to the AT from Vernon. It's a short walk from the Appalachian Motel back to the trail. Had a pleasant stay at the Appalachian Motel. It was very comfortable, not very user-friendly in terms of getting a reservation, and I think they're a little overpriced, but the room was comfortable, and there's no really other options in Vernon. It was difficult getting a reservation because you can call the front desk, you can visit the front desk, but they will not reserve you a room unless you go online to either hotels.com or Travelocity or any of those other travel and hotel booking sites. You just can't book directly with the people. You have to go through a third-party website. So it's a little cumbersome, and then the price was a little expensive. I did end up splitting the room with another backpacker, and so that helped with the cost a bit. But otherwise, the town of Vernon was a very good town for resupply. They have a large supermarket. I was able to get everything that I need, which is essentially a 3-day resupply to get me from here to Fort Montgomery, New York in 3 days. So today is going to be, I believe, a good morning, at least. Most of the rainy weather has passed us. It rained yesterday evening and throughout the night, so I was glad to be indoors. But at least for right now in the morning, we should be in good shape. There's a forecast for more rain this afternoon, but it's probably more of like a 50-50 chance, so we'll see what we get. I am excited for today though, because in about halfway through the day, at about the 9-mile mark or so, we will cross from New Jersey into New York, cross another state off our list, and continue our trek northward. I will end up today at the Wildcat Shelter after 17.7 miles. I would typically like to go more than 17.7 miles, but New York is a state that requires camping only at designated areas. And so after the Wildcat Shelter, which is in 17.7 miles, the next shelter is in 14 miles. And I just don't want to hike a 31-mile day. So that's the plan for today. We'll see what it holds for us. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Let's get started. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we have a hellacious climb as soon as we get back on the trail, very first thing. 1,000 feet, over about a mile. The locals call it the Stairway to Heaven. We'll see how bad it is. All right, everybody. There's the AT to the south from where we came yesterday. We're headed north. There's this morning's climb. It's good that we're going to get it out of the way at the very beginning. Foreboding bit of terrain this morning. Everything's very wet, so watching footing is going to be very important today. So there are a lot of stone steps, a lot of rocks, but as long as you take your time, it's not too bad. Well, the big climb of the day is over. It wasn't too bad. It was steep, but a lot of rocks, a lot of stone steps. The rocks weren't too high. There was no scrambles. So it really wasn't too bad. Really kind of for the rest of the day, we're going to be walking on this ridge. We'll have a few ups and downs here and there, but for the most part all day we will be floating at this elevation, plus or minus 300 feet or so for the climbs and descents. And we'll see what the day brings. When it's rained like this, it's typically foggy in the valleys. Eliminates a lot of views. It is humid today. I'm already sweaty. In fact, I've sweated through all of my clothes just in the first mile and a half today. But it's still a great day to be on the AT. Well, the rain has started early. Rain always makes recording difficult. We'll see how much I capture today. So far today, the trail has been very smooth after that first climb. We have the climbs and descents like I had referred to earlier, all kind of within a couple hundred feet, so they're really short duration and they're not that steep so far. It is raining, but there's enough foliage that even with the rain, I'm not really getting wet. So if it stays like this all day, it's going to continue to be a pleasant day. Everybody, we are almost 9 hours into the day. And the good news is we get to cross a state off our list. Everybody, we are walking along Prospect Rock. These are our first views in New York. Prospect Rock is the highest point in New York along the AT. It's not the highest point in New York, just along the AT. So everyone, we had a pretty good storm and I've been hiking through it, but it has been slow going because of these rocks. So far, the rain has made New York the hardest section of the AT so far because of these moss-covered rocks And I just came up and over about a mile-long series of ledges that required considerable patience, as well as some vertical climbing up and over boulders, all while being rained upon. I could not film it, one, because of touch sensitivity on the iPhone during rain makes it very difficult, but then also out of safety. It was pretty precarious, but the rain has stopped for now, and I'm moving slowly. There haven't been many views. There are some ridges to see. Suffice it to say, I got pretty soaked. I'm glad for this little bit of wind, because I'm pretty sure the rain washed away all of my insect repellent. And so the wind is hopefully going to keep the mosquitoes at bay for a bit until I can reapply. That's the town of Greenwood Lake, New York, below us. So everybody, it was a big weather day today. We had lots and lots of rain. It made the climbing on the rocks as we first entered New York very treacherous. Was not able to film hardly anything of that because again, one, because when the rain comes down it impairs use of the iPhone because of the touch screen sensitivity. With wet hands it does not work very well. And then second, out of caution, because this footing was very treacherous today. So happy to record what I was able to. It was exciting to cross into New York today. There were next to no views today because everything was washed out from the rain. We actually had some heavy rain and thunder, no lightning, which is good. But it was an interesting day. One of the slowest days, one of the probably most treacherous days on the AT so far. But it was a good day overall. Every day is a good day on the Appalachian Trail. I'm excited for tomorrow. All of my things are hanging to dry, staying in the shelter tonight, and I look forward to sharing tomorrow's adventure. Thanks, everyone.